Macca's Guides.
Hey, what's up guys, Macca here with a Rainbow Six Siege video. This past weekend, Ubisoft invited me out to Fan Expo 2015, hosted in Toronto, to get my hands on with Rainbow Six, and they even let me capture some footage while I was there, so what you're watching is direct feed, aka this is actually me playing. As far as I know, I'm playing the same build that was shown at Gamescom, and I'm playing the PC version with an Xbox One controller. Now the closed beta does start pretty soon. I'll be giving away 100 closed beta codes. Stay tuned for details on Twitter. That's where you'll find most of the stuff about the free games I give away. Now just a few quick notes about what it is that you're looking at. Like I said, this is the PC version. I'm playing with an Xbox One controller. This is the Gamescom build as far as I'm aware. And unfortunately, because of the way it was set up and it's PC, I wasn't able to capture audio. I didn't realize that until I got home, but there's no audio in the footage. Also, you might notice a little bit of screen tearing, and I'm not sure if that is a byproduct of the way it was set up with the PC maybe having two video cards. When I was actually playing, the screen tearing was not obvious at all. I didn't even see it once. So I don't know if the screen tearing is something that is actually in the game, or if it's just something that was captured through my capture card. Now what you're watching on screen is TerroHunt, which is a 5-player cooperative mode where players work together to finish an objective. In this game, we are defusing a bomb as a 5-man squad against a bunch of AI-controlled opponents. Now, I've been a super long time fan of Rainbow Six. I played the hell out of Rainbow Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2, and this game feels familiar in a lot of ways. Upside down rappelling is back. Taking your time around corners and slowly picking off enemies is still the way to go. You don't want to play this game like a Call of Duty game, and if you do, you will most certainly die. We were told that at the event, and anyone who tried to challenge that was quickly downed, and sometimes even killed to the point where they had to wait for the next match. You can't play Rainbow Six like you play Call of Duty, and that is something that I like about the game. It is tactical, and the cooperative mode is very kind of, you want to work together as a team. It encourages communication between the team. Teams that stick together, and work as a team, and each person plays their own individual role will be way more successful than teams of 5 people who want to lone wolf it up and just run in and try to kill as many people as they can and kamikaze before they die. Now, one thing in this game that does support and encourage team play and team communication and is vital to your success is the inclusion of friendly fire. Yes, you can shoot your own teammates, it will kill them, it will down them, and if you're stupid enough to strafe in front of one of your own teammates, you might get a bullet to the back of the head. So, you want to keep that in mind, play with your team, and keep in mind that friendly fire is a thing, so watch out when you throw grenades or spam bullets through a doorway. You really want to know what's going on with your team. Now in front of me here there will be some barbed wire, and you can actually melee the barbed wire in the doorways to clear it out so you can actually sprint through certain areas. And like in most shooters, you do want to aim down the sights to get better accuracy, and you want to fire in slow bursts so that you can get more accurate bursts of shots, whereas full firing will most definitely get a lot of spray in your gun and you'll miss a lot of your bullets, possibly having to reload right as an enemy comes up to you. So we're working as a team here in this room that's coming up. I've decided to cover the window and a little bit of this doorway here to my left, and I'm just killing enemies as they come through. We have someone planting the diffuser and other people monitoring other hallways. So we're working together and making sure we're communicating a lot at this first diffuse point before we start moving on to the second one as a large group. If you start moving by yourself and not as a group, you will most certainly die, like I was previously saying. You probably want a guy who's really good with the riot shield who can take you through the hallways, someone who's really good with a long-range assault rifle to kill the enemies at a distance. Some of the enemies do carry riot shields and are very hard to kill from a distance, so you'll want someone who has a really good shot. I've decided to go for the assault rifle approach. I'm using what is mostly the FAMAS. I believe it's called the G2A in the game. It's a very accurate assault rifle at long distances, and I've been trying to take out as many enemies as I can while still working with my team. Now, one of the cool things that probably has already caught your eye is the destruction in the game, and you're going to want to use that to your advantage. As you can see, bullet holes are cleared out through certain doors and certain parts of these cabinets in the office, and you want to use that to your advantage and make sure that the enemy isn't using it towards their advantage. You will get flanked in this game. It's coded into the AI, so you want to make sure that your group is kind of spread out in a circle, all facing outwards, so you have all the doorways covered. And remember that if you have a sledgehammer person or you have a C4, some kind of explosives, even a gun like an assault rifle can clear through certain areas. You can literally build your own path to certain things. You can go through walls, you can go through doorways, you can make your own new doorways into new offices, and the destruction plays a very large and important part in the game. As you can see here we're making our way down to the basement, again as a group. I'm in the front here, and I'm trying to crouch so that I don't get shot in the back of the head. We have enemies and as well as teammates running here together, and we're making our way to the second defuse point. As you can see, I'm trying to take care of enemies as best I can. I've kind of taken a little bit of a Slayer role, but I'm not, again, running and gunning, lone wolfing it up too much. Not straying too far from my teammates here, and I am trying to pull a little bit of a flank on the enemies and try to communicate their positions towards my teammates. This is a game that will for sure be best played by people who work as a team. Again, don't get caught in the barbed wire when you're sprinting through it. It will seriously impede your progress and possibly get you killed. Now, ideally, you do some scouting in the area before you barge in like we did. You can throw a little camera drone in there, cycle it around, and mark enemies for everyone. That's probably the best thing to do. Now, as I said, you can destroy the barbed wire by meleeing it, but sometimes it's to your advantage to keep it in the doorway so that the enemies get caught in it instead of you getting caught in it. Like, it is advantageous to you to keep it there for when enemies do try to come through the door. Again, there's flashbangs in this game, which are very useful, can be very useful, but are very easily used against you by blinding yourself, as you've seen me blind myself like twice now. And now I've deployed a camera drone to see how many enemies are outside the door and confirm that I do want to throw a flashbang, as it will be help our group here as the enemies come through. Now, what are my opinions on this game? I actually had a ton of fun. It blew my expectations away. This is a game that I think has been missing from the market for a couple years now. I used to be a very, very tactical shooter type of guy. I used to love games like Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six Vegas. I used to play the hell out of them. I used to really like playing with teammates in cooperative games, especially in Ghost Recon. I spent a lot of time just killing AIs with my teammates, and I really enjoy the idea of having one of your teammates fail at something and die and be gone for the rest of the round. I had a blast playing this, and I'm very excited to try the closed beta September 24th. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I see you next time. Peace.